Many people have asked the question, is Kung Fu truly effective? The answer is not simple. Kung Fu can be effective, but everything depends on how it is trained rather than the name of the art itself. If the training focuses only on forms, philosophy, Tai Chi or Qigong, without ever testing against real opponents, then the art, however beautiful, often fails under real pressure. Throughout history and in modern competitions, we have seen traditional Kung Fu practitioners defeated and knocked out with ease. The reason is not that Kung Fu itself is powerless, but that the way it is usually practiced is not designed for real fighting. Forms, in truth, are valuable. They help develop balance, flexibility, breathing, and an understanding of body mechanics. But forms alone are never enough. When punches and kicks come at real speed and power, what matters is not the choreography, but the reaction of the body in that very moment. Let me add this. If you have never trained to block a hook, you will not be able to defend against it. If you have never practiced stopping an axe kick, you will not be able to stop it, even if you have sparred many times before. Dodging is also a skill that requires real, specific practice. Without it, you cannot evade strikes. From my own experience, when my opponent threw a right hook, I thought in my head that I should slip down, but my body leaned back instead, and I was hit flush. This shows clearly that thought and reaction are two very different things. Countering is equally important. Every attack leaves an opening, and those openings are the chance to strike back. A well-trained counter can turn defense into victory. What truly makes a martial art effective in real fighting is practical training. Punching, kicking, blocking, slipping, and countering must all be tested in real conditions. Sparring or pressure testing is essential, because it forces techniques to be proven under stress. Distance, footwork, and timing matter more than the beauty of a form. Training must be specific. If you want stronger punches, you must train punching. If you want to resist takedowns, you must practice clinch work and ground fighting. Physical and mental conditioning also play a huge role. Strength, endurance, and the ability to keep calm under pressure often decide the outcome. A complete fighter must be able to work in multiple ranges, standing, clinching, and on the ground. Without this, defeat is almost certain. Traditional Kung Fu often shows gaps. There is a lack of training in blocking and evasion against real force, so graceful techniques fail when tested. There is little to no ground fighting, meaning that once taken down, most practitioners cannot continue. Striking is often underdeveloped, lacking power, speed, and accuracy when compared to combat sports. Many practitioners also lack physical conditioning. Beautiful forms without stamina and strength collapse quickly. Too often, the focus remains on aesthetics rather than effectiveness under pressure. Kung Fu still has great potential. But this potential is only unlocked when practitioners are willing to adapt. It requires pressure testing, sparring, and filling the missing skills with other forms of grappling and ground training. Only then does Kung Fu transform from a performance into a true martial art. We must also be cautious. We should not dismiss Kung Fu as worthless simply because it seems to lose almost every time. Those defeats reflect poor methods of training, not the essence of the art itself. Tradition should not be abandoned, because forms still hold value, but they must be combined with practical application. And above all, safety must be respected, because sparring and hard training require proper guidance and protection. Kung Fu is not just a dance, nor merely the shadow of its past. It is a legacy, a cultural treasure that still holds great power, if awakened through correct training. And in the end, martial arts are not only about defeating others, but about overcoming fear, weakness, and the limits within ourselves.